Hey guys, so today I have decided to participate participate in the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group. It's created by Christina Storage and Sarah Scraps, and I thought it would be a fun way to use up some things and just spark inspiration. So this is my desk organizer where I keep kits in when I have them, but I don't at the moment. So instead I'm gonna keep this stuff that I want to use for this challenge in here. So so each month, from what I gather, the group is new. They started in July. So each month there will be a product focus. So for July, the product focus was chipboard. And it is still July 23rd today, which means I just pulled this chipboard out, but I'm going to keep it till the end of August. So this chipboard that I have pulled out is what I'm gonna try and use up until the end of the month because yeah. And so in this container, I'm going to keep stuff that I want to use up for the Rediscover Your Stash, and also keep stuff, some newer things and other stuff. So, yeah, so I'm going to be filming these videos on different days and then smushing all the footage together. So you'll see the things I wanted to use up, and then as the video progresses, you'll see what I made with those things and if I managed to use them up or not. So I'm gonna talk about a bit more detail about this container. So in here I've decided to keep, so each month when the product focus comes out, I'm going to choose a couple of sets that I want to get used, and then one brand new set that I still have not touched and want to play with. This month I didn't choose a brand new chipboard set because it's close to the end of the month, but yeah, so this month I chose this Bella Boulevard today chipboard, the Chow chipboard, and I also chose the Maggie Holmes Confetti 12x12 chipboard. So I did use this before I filmed the video by accident. Well, not by accident, but I'm gonna try and not do that for future videos. But I did use already one word from here. Actually, in July, I did use this word, and this word, but after I decided that this is what I wanted to use up, I've only used this one word here. So there's that, and we'll see how I managed to use up the rest of those words. And then from here, I did use this too. I used the floral, the banner, and there was a small chipboard, and this piece here. So I have used this once already, and these are going to remain. I'm going to keep this stuff in my container for 3 months, and I'm hoping it won't get to a point where the container will be full and I'll have to get rid of them. So I'm gonna keep them in. I'm just gonna keep these in here until they either get used up or the container is full, and then at each month I'm gonna add the new product. So I'm hoping it won't get to that point where it will be full and I will use it up. I mean, I will keep the older stuff. The new package that I pull every month, I'll put back in my stash. So these are the July product focus items that I have picked out. Also in here, I'm going to add anything new that might come to my craft room, which is not. But I don't think I'm going to get anything new until at least Christmas. So I will keep some of the new stuff until I use them at least once, and that way I will make sure to use them. So at the moment I have these 2 stamp sets, this wood veneer, and a couple napkins. So I'm going to try and use these up before I get them out of here, but I might eventually decide to just not keep them in here. We'll see. And then also, as an extra little thing, I've added my huge folder of pre-made backgrounds that I didn't get around to using. I have like at least 20 in here, and I have A4 size ones, I have 6x8, I have 12x12. So I'm going to try and use one of these backgrounds at least once a month, and hopefully get those used up as well. So that is what I'm going to be using for the month of July. This video, once is not combusted, once all added together, there I will also have the August items when that is released. So I just thought I'd go ahead with the July, even though there's only a week left in July. So I will start making, and we'll see what I come up with throughout the month. Hey guys, so this is a different day, and I decided that I'm going to add a collection or a collection pack or a set of papers or some sort, something along those lines every month to my container, and that one will change every month because I have a lot of things, and I work better, I think, when I'm limited to a specific amount, to a specific product, or I mean a specific amount of product, as opposed to my whole stash. So I decided I'm going to pull out a thing every month, but I'm not going to limit myself to just using that. If I feel like I want to use something else that's in my stash, I will use that, of course, but I will first go to this, and if I'm not feeling this, I want to make a layout, then I will allow myself to go get like another collection or something from my stash. It's not going to be as strict, I only have to use this every month, and I'm not by all means trying to use it up. I'm just trying to limit myself, because that increases my creativity and productivity. So this month I chose the Lovely Day collection from Dear Lizzie, because I've only used this once, and I love it, so I need to use it again. So I'm going to quickly show you what I have from this collection. I do have the 6x6 paper pad and the stickers. I've only used this once as a whole collection. I have included some elements of it in various different kits, but not all that much. And then I also have some 12x12 papers here. So I have this one, which is not used. I did cut it, but I did not use it. These are from Joann's, by the way, from that from the section they have this where they have the thin paper. So I also have this paper, this gorgeous floral, and then this one is the actual double-sided paper that I got in a hit kit from one of the Black Friday sales. So I just added this one in here, and I can also use that. So I also have the die cuts and the cut aparts from the 6x6 paper pad, but they are in my drawer, and I'm going to leave them there, and when I pull this collection out to work with, I know I'll remember them. So that is another thing that I'll be working with for the last couple days of July and August. So I am going to let you go, and I will be back soon with other things. Hey guys, so it is August 1st, which means there's a new product focus in the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group. So this month it's going to be stamping. Now, stamping is not one of my favorite things ever. Well, I shouldn't say that, because I don't really have a huge selection of stamps, and if I had more background stamps, I think I will love those. And the ones that I do have are geared towards card making, and I don't do that, which is probably the reason why I don't stamp all that often. And the reason why I don't really like the fact that stamps are this month in particular is because I just did this sort of stamping series for the July Scrapathon, where I made 3 layouts using stamps, and the stamps I have can only be used in a certain way, and I feel like I've used them in all the ways I could think of at this point, and I have no problem using the same technique twice, just not a week apart, I guess. So anyway, I am going to do my roller stamps, which I haven't used a roller stamp in like over a year, so that's good. So yeah, so I store my stamps in 2, and one is in this IKEA box. I have multiple of these around my room, and I just store everything in here and just easily flip through. So the good thing is I do have these 2 new stamp sets that I have yet to use that are already in my organizer here with all the things I want to use. And these are brand new and I still haven't used them. So I am going to make sure to use these two this month. So those are going to remain in my kit there for the month of August. Not my kit, in my container for the month of August. And then I'm also going to add from here, I am going to add this because I do use the stamp set quite a lot. I mostly use the label one though, and I would really like to use the banners. So I'm going to also add that in here. This floral one I've used pretty recently, and I am going to add the tags because I've used this stamp to create a pattern, but I haven't used it as like a tag for as an embellishment, and I'm running out of tags in the colors that I like them. So maybe this will be a good addition. So yeah, I'm going to add 4 stamps in here this month. I'm not planning on using them more than once, more than once, just because I don't know how much I'm going to scrapbook, and I don't want to use stamping on all my layouts for the month. But anyway, and then something this I'm really excited about is so the other way I store my stamps, I store my roller date stamps and some ink pads in this Fancy Pants pouch from the Atwell collection. The zipper has broken, but that's okay because it sits in my drawer and I can just see what's in it. So I do have 3 stamps. One of them is a date stamp, one of them is a phrase kind of stamp, and then one of them has a mix of phrases and patterns. And the one with the patterns, I really enjoy using it to create like a pattern, I guess, on my page, or a it's really helpful for mixed media purposes. And I haven't used any of these things in a long time. I hadn't used my stamps either, which is why I created that stamping series, but that's okay. So yeah, after I use a product for some time, I need some time to work on something else and then come back to it, which is why I kind of wish this was in a couple months rather than in August, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep them in here for the month and see what I do with them. I'm going to try and use all of them, and I'm probably going to remove the ones that I used at least once from in here, and keep, if I happen to not use one of them, I will keep it until I use it in my organizer. So yeah, I am going to stick this whole pouch in here because it fits really nicely in this area on my container, and I can just see what's in there. I am going to have to move this stuff though, but that's fine. I'll just like stick it back here or something. So yeah, that is what I will be working with in August. I am still working with the Lovely Day collection that I have included, and the other chipboard sets that I had from last year, and from last month, which you'll see in the beginning of this video, and my background. And also, because of the fact that stamps aren't something that you use up, it's something that you use over and over again. And because I didn't really do a good job with using up the chipboard, because I only focused on the chipboard for the last week, which means like maybe 1 or 2 layouts. I am going to add 1 more package of chipboard and keep working on using up the chipboard that I already have included. So what I'm going to add in here is the Desktop Project Life waterfall pack here, and I only have, this was a 3-sheet set, and I only have 1 left, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces, and then we're doing 41. So I've been trying to use this for a long time now, and I'm gonna stick it in here and hopefully finally use it, and we will see. So hopefully this is the last section of this video that shows you what product I'm going to try and use up. Hopefully next time I record something, I will be showing you what I did use up and the layouts I made. So I will see you next time. Okay, so today is actually, I think, about September 5th. So this video is going to be a bit late. I sincerely apologize for that. I was planning to film as soon as we came back from the beach, but then I have a cold now, which you can probably kind of hear from my weird voice, and I couldn't really speak the last couple days, so this video is going to be a bit delayed because I couldn't film it right away. So also I'd like to apologize about my voice here. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you what I have left from my Rediscover Your Stash stuff that I had picked out for July and August. And I didn't scrapbook as much as I thought I would in August. I actually didn't scrapbook almost anything at all. So yeah, so kind of let's just maybe keep that in mind, because I didn't use up as many things as I wanted to. So first things first, let's start from the Dear Lizzie collection. So I decided that each month I'm going to choose a kind of collection or a set of papers or something to kind of focus on working with each month. So this time around, for August, I chose the Dear Lizzie Lovely Day. Well, it wasn't exactly for August. It was kind of mid between July and August. So I did use quite a bit of it. I had another full sheet of 12 by 12, which I completely used up. I used up a big chunk of this floral paper. I think I used a bit of this paper as well, but I didn't use any of this. And because this is that really thin paper that you can buy at Joann's, the fact that it stood in here unprotected kind of crinkled it, but that's okay. I mean, the thick paper wasn't affected at all. So I got those papers, which I also have a very weird setup for filming because I have lost my selfie stick, so I had to kind of make this really weird contraption kind of thing. Yeah, so now I'm kind of sitting on my desk so I can show you. It's kind of weird, so please, if it looks weird, please just like ignore it. I think it looks okay actually, but anyway. So also from the Dear Lizzie collection, I had pulled out the anything that I had from the collection, which was also this chipboard set, and I have used quite a few of these pieces. I used all the florals and all the hearts for sure, and I'm not sure if I used any of the phrases, but I think I might have. We'll find out when I show you guys the layouts I made. But I'm pretty happy with how much I used of that. There's also one floral piece somewhere that's loose. Here it is. Right there. It fell out of the package. So there's that. And then the 6x6 paper pad was almost completely full. It's still almost completely full, but I have used quite a few, a couple pieces here and there on my layouts. Okay, what else? So then for July, the product focus was chipboard. So I had originally picked out a couple sets of chipboard. The first one is this one, which I am happy to say I have completely used up. Yay! And I'm considering keeping this to use on a layout, but the fact that this thing happened right here might prevent me from that, and also I don't know. So that's why it's kind of still in here. Sorry about that. I accidentally touched my computer over to the side of my, yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking about keeping that to use as a whole, but I'm considering this used up. I also did use up a few pieces that were not birthday themed from this chipboard piece that I had selected for the month of July and also August, like the floral, the pinwheel. No, I think the floral for sure. The banner. There was a bow I think that I used, and I'm very happy with how much of this I used. And I know I'll have I'll be going to some sort of wedding that maybe I can use this cake for or something, and I'm hoping to find a cute birthday picture or take one to use these balloons on because they're gorgeous. So I'm gonna keep this in here just because I have the space for it, so why not? Who knows what I might use from there. Now this whole folder of things is mixed media backgrounds that I want to use up, and I did not use any of those because, as I said, I barely scrapbooked anything in the month of August. Also chipboard, this wasn't in the original ad, which you've probably seen if you watched the video from the beginning and not from the end, which is this part. Yeah, I did use one piece off of here, but I'm super happy because that was my favorite piece in this whole set and I had yet to use it. So there's that. And then some random things that I had added. So you might remember that I'm adding anything new that comes into my stash, which is this lace, which of course I have not used, and also these bicycle wood veneer thingies, which I have also not used. So they are both staying in here, especially since I might have some opportunities to take some bike photos in the future. Also, same thing goes for these napkins that I have kind of destroyed. I did attempt to use this purple one, but it didn't work. So I'm still keeping those in there. And here are some pictures that I printed but didn't end up scrapbook. So I'm keeping them in here until I do. And then stamps. So for the month of August, the product focus for the Rediscover stash was stamps. So I had 4 stamps picked out. These were already in here because they're new, but I haven't used any of them. No surprise there. So they're still staying here. I am determined to use these. So I have some inks that I stamp with there just so they're easier to access. And then I also have my roller date stamps, which I have also not used. So yeah, could have done a better job with this month, but it's all good. So now I'm gonna show you guys the layouts I made. There we go, that's in frame, I believe. So I did make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layouts. Now most of them were for the July scrapathon, or I made them in July for the most part. Actually no, this is I have one layout that I made in August. That's all I did all of August, and a couple half of a project life page. But the rest are from the July scrapathon, and I should have process videos on all of these layouts. So this is from newest on the top to oldest. Well, actually I think this is the oldest one, but anyways. So this one here is an A4 size page. I used a lot of this floral paper. I used a whole piece of 6x6 here. Yeah, I did use one of those. And then this is from 12x12 paper, and I use a lot of the Dear Lizzie collection on here. And this is my favorite chipboard piece there. Oh, and I didn't mention the die cuts from the Dear Lizzie collection were also included this month. And I only used 1 die cut, I believe, but that's okay. Okay, so this is chemistry. It should not be in here. I must have accidentally... Oh, apparently there's some math back there too. Okay, so anyway, that should have not been there. That's homework. And then this layout, I used just random things. So for this layout, I was really trying to use this chipboard piece and my cupcake stamp set. But that didn't work. I did use one of these. There were 2 of these. I did use one, which is good. And then I also used this chipboard piece here. So I was really happy about it. And I do really like how it turned out. And I also used some Lovely Day paper. This yellow one is from there. But everything else was not included in this month. But that's okay because I'm going to work with other stuff as well. Okay, so this one was part of the July scrapathon, I believe. Yep. And I did, no, why do these hearts keep on gluing? Okay, I have to fix that. This one I also used a lot of the Dear Lizzie collection. And there's a lot of stamping on this because it was as part of the Friday stamping series I had in July scrapathon. But I made it before I had picked out stamps and stuff. So it doesn't count. But, and I also haven't picked out this stamp set. But yeah, I do really like how this turned out, and I did really enjoy using the stamps, and I probably didn't use the stamps all that much this month because of the fact that I had made this series and I was kind of ready to take a break from it, but we'll see. So a lot of Dear Lizzie going on. This is one of those chipboard words from the white chipboard words I have. Oh, I used another die cut, so I used 2 die cuts. And I also have some chipboard florals, and I think that's it from what's in the kit. And also this paper that I matted the layout on is a 12 from Dear Lizzie. So yeah, that is that. And then this one here, I used one of these chipboard words. That was it. This is one of my favorite layouts ever. By the way, I think I've already mentioned it, but I have process videos for every single one of these layouts. If you have difficulty finding them, or if you want me to link to one of them, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to do that. So this was another one of my Stamping Friday series kind of thing for the July scrapathon, and this stamp set is actually included in my container, and that is one of the stamp sets that if I don't use by next month, I'll probably just put back because I did use it extensively on this one. But I also think it's the easiest stamp set to use, so that's why I'm keeping it there. So I can say I used it. I used that one. So anyway, I do this. I also love this layout as well, and I have this layout came together literally 45 minutes, and that is very, very rare for me. I think it's the first time that happened, and I was like, couldn't be more pleased with this. Oh, I used this word on here. And then this one is also a layout on which I use this word, but also I used all the paper that's on here, so the stars and the paper I layered behind is from my 6x6 paper pad scraps, which means that I have this little container now with very tiny scraps, mostly from 6x6 paper pads, so I managed to use a lot of those on here, and then I also used some pieces to layer behind my photo. So even though they weren't included in the container, it is really good that I used those. And so the reason why this layout is in this layout share is because I used this word. So is that one, and then the last one, which is the one I use a lot, and I mean a lot, of the Maggie Holmes chipboard. So I did use 4 pieces on here, which I am super, super happy about. And I thought the sequin had come off from somewhere weird, but apparently I think it was somewhere up here or something. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I do really like this page as well. And I love how I used all of these fonts. Eek. Oh, this is also a die cut from the Lizzie. But no, that's from the Happy Place collection, not from the Lovely Day collection. So I am really, really happy with the layouts I made, even though, I mean, they're not a lot. Most of these were made in July. So that is this month's Rediscover Your Stash kind of thing. And the September one, I realized is about acetate. Now, I don't own any acetate, I think, so I'm going to see what I'm going to do about that, and I will be back with another video next month for Rediscover Your Stash. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.